Good day everyone. If you're in the middle of a heat wave and your air conditioner is not working, you're going to want to pay attention to this because I'll take you through a few quick steps and then I'm going to show you what I did to fix mine. So there you can see the fan is supposed to be running. Let's just go outside really quick. Let's take a look at the fan and oh no. Fans are supposed to start much faster than this. I'll tell you what happened with mine. Sometimes the fan starts very slow, but then it does go, so it's kind of like intermittent. And then other times, this thing outside just buzzes. Now the other thing that happened was sometimes I would even go to turn it on and I got this light, this COMPDLY. You'll see it pop up there. There you go, COMPDLY. So I didn't even know what this meant, so I did what every good person does. I went to Google for help and just tried Googling it just to see what would come up. Like, what does this thing even mean? Because I have no idea. So anyway, this is what it means. It just means that something is basically wrong with your system. You might even have a low battery. So what did I do? I phoned a furnace company and the furnace company said, go down to your furnace area, shut the switch off, reset everything. Now you gotta wait. So once you shut that switch off downstairs, you have to wait, they said, up to 15 minutes before you turn it all back on and then see if it works. So I waited 15 minutes. Let's just keep going. So let's flip it back on and let's just see what happens. We're gonna run back upstairs. We're gonna turn it back on and there you go. COMPDLY, so definitely a problem. Now I didn't have a low battery, so I figured I didn't even know what to do next, so I heard it could be the capacitor. Okay, so first thing you want to do is you're going to want to disconnect all the AC power from your unit. So you're going to want to pull that special fuse, make sure you don't get zapped. Then also, you know, I thought it was pretty important to take a look around and just see if there's any frayed wires. And as you can see here, we had some type of rodents or something. We're eating the wires there or something happened, I don't know. But anyway, we'll fix those. They weren't broken, so I know that's not the cause. Then all you do is you take the side of the unit off. It's very easy to take the side of the unit off, and all you should find in the unit is maybe some spider webs. Anything other than spider webs is probably, I don't know, maybe call your local service technician, but if it's just spider webs, not a big deal. So once the cables are disconnected, you're gonna wanna take an insulated screwdriver and you gotta touch the top of the capacitor, okay? So I don't know which ones to touch, so I just touched them all just to make sure that there's no more electricity in there because like I don't wanna get zapped. And I must say, I was actually really nervous to do this part because I thought, you know, I just might get zapped, but I never did. So it actually worked out okay, so I was really, really happy with that. Now, different AC units may have different ways of securing their capacitors. Mine, because it's a round one, just had one bolt there. You can see I'm just undoing it there, and it's a band that gets tight holding it around. Other ones, you know, if they're maybe a rectangle or another shape, may have something different, but I mean, I think all of us are capable of taking this thing out. Now, before someone asks, why didn't I just call the professional? Well, you know what? They wanted $150 just to check it. And these things can be bought for under 50. So, hey, it's risk versus reward. Why not just try it and see what happens? So once you get it out, you're gonna see numbers on the side. You can see mine's a 35.5. Yours may have different numbers. That's what you're gonna need. You're gonna need those numbers when you go to buy a replacement one. The other thing is, if you look at the top here, you can see the top of mine is still flat. And that's probably why it was intermittent and still partially working. If it's domed at the top or it's bulged, then that's a sure sign that it's for sure failed. Now, I was lucky enough that the guy, when I went to buy mine at the store, actually had an electronic tester and he tested it for me and he said it was low. So he said, yes, that most likely was the problem. So I had no issues buying the new one. And as you can see, the new one matches just perfectly. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna put the new one in. We're just gonna slide it in just like so, and then tighten it up. Now, the one question you're probably all asking in your head is, how do you remember which wires go onto which connectors? Well, let's first tighten it up with the screwdriver, make sure it's nice and secure, and then I'm gonna show you. So I actually took a picture with my phone just as a backup, but I did come up with something quite funny. So when you're thinking about it, brown equals the fan because when do you need the fan? When you're doing something, okay? Blue equals Herm, and that one is just, it just sort of stands out. Process of elimination, and I'll tell you why. Because C equals yellow, and C rhymes with P. So when you're going P, it's yellow, and yellow is C. So there are some word associations. Now, if you don't want to use the word associations, take a snapshot with your camera or take a picture of this pic, and that's fine. You'll be sure to get it right. So heading back to the outside, we can see where those little critters were munching on the wire here. At least that's what I think That's what I think happened here, or maybe it was just some rubbing or some type of abrasions from like weeds or something like that, because there was some weeds there, so that could be it too. Anyway, I'm just gonna clean this up because obviously I don't want to leave that exposed. I picked up some wiring loom, some liquid electrical tape, a few tools, zip ties, and there's some regular tape at the bottom. I just threw up an arrow there for you. You can see there's the liquid electrical tape in action. I don't want to go over this whole repair, but basically in a nutshell, I made it look good at the end and I fixed it. Now, why did I leave that electrical repair in the video? Well, some people overlook just simple things. I see it all the time with cars, so I just wanted to show you that, you know, stuff can happen. So anyway, let's move along here. So once you're all done that and you're happy and your capacitor is installed again, what you're gonna have to do is put the hydro back onto your outside AC unit. Now on mine, you saw I just pulled it out, flipped this around, push it back in, pretty easy. Some other ones may have something different. You may have a switch or something like that. You'll just have to figure it out, but I can't see it being that hard. And don't forget, what you have to do next after you do this is go back into the basement and you're gonna have to flip that switch. You can have power to your thermostat. Now that's it for the video, and it actually worked well. You can see there's a fan going, it's cooling, so it worked absolutely awesome. That's it for this video. Take care. Hope to see you again. Thanks everyone.